What's up, folks? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Off the Record. You know about Off the Record. I talk to you about them constantly, but it's working because every single week I get a DM, an email, a comment from somebody who uses Off the Record who shaved their backsides. You know what they do. I talk about it all the time. Off the Record is here to help you get out of those bullshit tickets. Right? You get pulled over, right? You get written a ticket for something. Maybe you didn't even do it. Maybe you did do it, but they didn't really see you do it. Did they? And if they didn't see it, it doesn't really count. Most importantly, you get those points off your record. Off the Record will set you up with a qualified attorney in the jurisdiction where you got pulled over. Fight that ticket on your behalf. You don't have to go to court. You don't have to do anything besides send a scan or a photograph of the ticket itself to Off the Record, pay a small fee for their services, and then you are good. They'll get those points off your record. Their success rate is amazing, and if you don't get the points off your record, money back guarantee. True story is actually my personal trainer was really having some trouble getting car insurance because of points on his record. And in fact, a lot of those cases were closed, and he called Off the Record. They were able to reopen a closed case and get him some traffic school to help get those points off his record, even though the case was closed. And so because of that, he was able to get car insurance at a much more reasonable price. The insurance company was going to rake him over the coals because of the points, but Off the Record fixed that. It was all you got to do is go to offtherecord.com/TST or use code TST10 on the Off the Record app. Super easy. That'll get you 10% off all your services from Off the Record. They also I'm going to sell myself an ad right now. Westside Collector Car Storage now with 2 convenient locations in the LA area, Playa Vista and South Bay. We've had a waiting list at Playa Vista for almost 8 months now. But we've opened our second facility. Some of our clients have moved down to South Bay, opening up spaces in both facilities, South Bay and Playa Vista. If you want to learn more, if you're in LA and you want to collect cars, but you don't have anywhere to keep them, if you inherit a car, buy a new car, you're going out of town for an extended period of time, you want someone to take care of your car, Westside Collector Car Storage is here for you. WCCS.com is where you learn all about it. Also, for you TST fans, if you're in town coming to LA and you want to get a private tour of Westside Collector Car Storage, just go to WCCS.com, fill out the Contact Us form on the website, and we can arrange that. Westside Collector Car Storage is open 7 days a week and available for tours by appointment. All right, on this episode of the program, someone I never thought I'd really be sitting down across the table from. Joey Lawrence is in studio. Used to watch this dude act on Blossom when I was a kid. He was enormous in the 90s and early 2000s. My sister would be incredibly jealous that I'm hanging out with this dude right now. But I got a text from Bert Kreischer going, dude, you got to meet Joey Lawrence. The guy loves cars. The guy loves watches. He knows his stuff. And he doesn't have enough reasons to talk about cars with cool people. And I was like, okay, well, that'll be interesting. Turns out, Bert was right. Joey Lawrence does know about cars. He does have a lot of interesting opinions, and the guy is pretty goddamn cool. So he's here with us today for the Smoking Tire Podcast. Joey Lawrence is in studio. Let's get to it. Zack has had a non-COVID unknown cough for 2 weeks, so he's being good.
Zack
not COVID.
I've already said Zack didn't get the memo.
It's not COVID. No,
nobody's wearing those anymore.
But he's being good. He's being good.
I'm thankful. It's great.
Yeah.
He's being good. Heartthrob Joey Lawrence dies of unknown virus.
I know, right?
Right?
Unknown podcast producer continues to live.
Yeah.
It turns out
masked podcast producer
Zack
continues to live.
is the super spreader. No,
that's
better
it.
safe than sorry. That's what. That's how we live.
That's for sure.
That's how we live on this.
Being
fucking
insane
area.
is ridiculous, but safe than sorry. I'm down.
Right.
With that. Yep.
You good? We good? Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for coming down, man.
Dude,
this is it.
Thanks for having me.
No intro
What's up,
necessary.
brother? Love it.
When
Boom.
I got a text message from Bert He's like, this is Joey Lawrence. You're going to like him. And I was like, Joey Lawrence? Get the fuck out of here. And here you are.
Here I am,
Pretty
man.
quick turnaround.
Very quick turnaround. No, I was talking to Bert. We did Bert's pod, right?
Which one? The one where he cooks bad food for you? Okay.
We did both. And he actually cooked some good fucking food.
Did he cook good food?
He did. He did Italian because we're all Italian, me and like the brothers.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we did his pod first.
Yeah.
And then we went on and did his cooking show. And now he's coming on our pod, the Brotherly Love pod coming up here.
How did you end up talking about cars?
Well, because Bert was talking about, it's always watches and cars with guys,
Sure.
right? So he had his new Rolex on. He was talking about his Rolex, his presidential. I'm a big watch guy, so I was like, that's a 40, beautiful in the Everose, right, with the espresso dial.
I noticed
He
got the new one.
He wears it everywhere,
Yeah.
So he was like, this little thing? I was like, yeah, that. He's like, I wanted something not gaudy. I was like, well, you failed. That's extremely gaudy. But I love it. But I love it. But I love
wanted
the watch.
something not gaudy, so I
was
got
like,
a president.
So I got a
Okay.
presidential in Everose, nonetheless.
Well, for like a month, he was wearing a Daytona on one wrist and a president on the other wrist. So I was like, you're not fooling anybody here, bro.
You're
and you've
doing
got the
well.
nice Tudor
doing
Black
well.
Bay
I do.
Chrono.
I do have that.
Which is on a bund strap.
Right.
You're like,
yes.
mildly fascist, but no, I'm not.
Yeah, I know. No,
You have to be like, the last person I saw rocking a bun was like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, cool.
You've got to be like really good looking to rock
take
a
it.
bun strap.
I'll take
Otherwise, it does seem mildly fascist.
Right, it does.
But it's
I'll
definitely
take it.
good. It's got like a girl cuff thing going on.
Cool, right? It's
Yeah.
a cool watch, man. I love Tudors. I love Rolexes too, obviously, but
Tudors are good.
I love Tudors.
So they're really like kind of coming into their own
They
vibe
are.
these
They
days.
are. Well, it's the same company. It's
Yeah.
just they don't put all the bells and whistles on it. So
Well, they used to say like manufactured
They
by
did.
Rolex
They
on the
did.
back, and it would have the
They did.
crown on the thing, and
Exactly
then
right.
they sort of like diverged. But now they
Right.
sort of want you to be like, no, we're totally like standalone.
we
But-
are paying David Beckham probably millions
Right.
a year to promote it. You know,
Right.
he's out there going, yeah, here it is. This
He's
is my
he's a good ambassador. They
He's a good
never
ambassador, except
never
when he
catch
talks.
him.
Honestly, he's such a great looking guy, right?
Photographs,
He's like a
really.
Mike Tyson of like soccer because he totally doesn't look like his voice. Do you ever
Right,
notice that?
yeah.
He comes at you like, this is like one of the greatest looking guys I've ever seen. And you're expecting him to just be like, hi, how are
Hi,
you?
yeah.
Hey, how are you? I'm
Yeah.
David Beckham. Sound more like Jason Statham.
Right.
You know, like, what the fuck did he just say?
Fuck.
And you get this voice, which is the best voice ever, right?
Yeah.
This great voice. And he comes out and he talks like this. He sounds
doesn't
like, what
matter.
the hell?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's when I first heard Tyson, this guy, this anvil of a superhero human being, and he comes out and he
Yeah.
talks like this. I didn't mean to destroy him.
Dude,
I
have
didn't
you ever
mean to
met
take him
Statham?
down. Huh?
You ever
I've
met
never met
Statham?
him, but I love him, dude.
Bro,
I love
that
him.
is the most. He's like, he's like 5'7".
I know.
But he's
Dude, I'm taller
He's
than
the
him.
most masculine person I have ever met.
He just never comes out of the stand. Yeah,
You know, like I literally met him, and 5 seconds later, he's wearing he showed up at a track event that I was at. Right, but he got a helmet. And I was like, yeah, whatever you want, man. Here, take my fucking sweaty
it's a
ass
nice
helmet.
car.
Yeah.
And then he's in it. See ya.
Yeah.
Well, how did I give him my... I didn't even mean to give him my fucking car. He took my car.
I would have given him my fucking car.
It's the best.
He even like,
Nice girlfriend.
he even like, yeah.
There she goes. Baby, I love you. I had a card, but it's okay.
Try to do
I'd
well,
like
babe, so we
that.
can hang out with him again.
Exactly.
Like that character from the Italian Job where he charms
Of course.
the cable
Of course, yeah.
cable lady.
Yeah.
Like that's just him. Him
Of
being
course
him.
it's him. He literally is. I know everybody's looking around. Maybe he won't do it, but everybody's looking around for the next James Bond. Hello?
He's
Like, this guy...
I think he's too funny.
Yeah, he might be. He might
Like
be.
James Bond is
I know.
kind of. It's like there's like a
Well, it's
sadness
funny.
on the inside.
You're right. Although Roger
Statham's
Moore was funnier.
Yeah.
But he had this sort of like...
But that was like 70s.
It
it was
was.
more
It was.
important
That
to
was
be
campy.
funny.
It was
Like
campy, right.
if Statham was coming out of nowhere. If he
Right.
didn't have the body of work,
It's true.
You
No,
know,
I
if
think
he
you
didn't
need-
have like
yeah.
Crank
I know,
and those
I
other
know,
great
I know.
kind of fun movies,
I know.
he's just too fun. He can't go
is.
back.
No, you can't. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
but
I
that is
love
the
him.
manliest person
I
I've
love
ever seen in
Jason
my
Statham.
life.
He's so badass.
Oh,
Yeah.
he could do anything.
Literally anything. I just like watching him. He's cool.
I've told this story before, but I'll tell you because it's hilarious and it's short. That time I gave him my helmet. He
Yeah.
shows up at a track day. I used to be friends with Paul Walker. And he used to rent racetracks for his people. And I somehow found myself on the inside of that circle. And so I'd go to the track and hang out. Statham rolls up in a GT2.
Oh my
Brand
gosh.
new 997 GT2.
Beautiful.
It's a gnarly car.
Gnarly.
And it was the first one I had seen. So he gets out of it, and we're all looking around. It's a GT2. It's white. It's got the graphic on the side. Like, holy shit.
Dude.
And I look at the odometer, and this was at Willow Springs, which is 90 miles from L.A.
Right.
The car's got 180 miles on it. So half the mileage on the car is just him getting to the track that day. Wow. He goes, gets out of the car. Right. Anybody got a helmet? Yeah, okay. And I give him my helmet.
Yeah. Anybody got any underpants? Yeah, sure. You want
dude,
these?
he with no guidance or anything goes out on Willow Springs. First corner, fucking loops the thing backwards into the rocks.
No.
Yeah. He didn't have a lot of track experience. The
Oh my God!
transporter was limited on his experience.
Wow.
So he kind
didn't
of
do a lot of the driving in that. Okay.
He
did a lot of the kicking ass,
close
just
ups,
not in the car.
maybe only.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm sure,
a lot of the shifting and the pedals, and he kind of limped it back to the pits, and some dirt was coming out of the wheels, and he takes off the helmet and hands it back to me. And he goes, right then, gets in the car and leaves. Those are the only words he said like the whole time.
He said 2 right thens and a thank you. Wow.
And thank you and goodbye.
Wow.
And that was it.
Wow.
And I was still like, that was the greatest thing I've ever
he
seen.
meant to do that. He's so cool. I think he meant to do that.
He's practicing crashing.
Yeah, he wanted to make a statement. Oh my
Right.
God. Did the car receive any body damage, or was
No,
it
it was
just
dirty,
all
but it
dirt
was
and-
not fucked
thank
up.
God.
Yeah.
That would have been. Oh, God.
Oh well, Willow Springs that's if you have a fuck up there, it's expensive.
I
fuck
know.
up. Have you had a fuck up on track?
No, I've not. No.
Are you into tracks?
I am. I'm not though. I'm not. No,
Okay.
No.
You grew up in Pennsylvania, Abington,
Philadelphia,
right?
Abington,
Yeah.
I
I knew
did.
a lot of people from Abington.
You do?
I went to Penn.
Oh,
and so they ended
no
up
way.
they ended up there.
Cool.
We can't like name game. You're a couple of years ahead, but
No.
Abington is nice. I've been there.
Oh, Abington's great, man.
Yeah.
I actually went to Abington Friends. I was
Yeah.
a Friends school, like, lifer.
Yeah.
And it was cool, man. We had a lot of, Bradley Cooper went to Abington High, which was the public school across the street. My mom was super educator, whole thing. So I was enrolled in the private school, which was the Abington Friends.
Yeah.
But dude, it's awesome, man.
Did you
It's
have your
so
mom
beautiful.
as a teacher?
When I was on location, I was a little kid, she would supplement, because I
right,
always
right,
went
right.
back to my real school to take all my tests.
But you never had you were never in your mom's class.
No.
That's always
would've been a
weird when the
nightmare. That would've
teacher's in the parents' class.
No. There was actually
wasn't
one of my
good.
friends, Zack. His mom, Fern, was our English teacher at Abington Friends.
Yeah.
So he was in his mom's class, but not.
That would be
suck.
that sucks.
Suck, dude.
Yeah.
Sucks. Yeah.
Man, this girl at my
Yeah.
school was the librarian's kid, and that must have been brutal.
brutal.
Yeah.
Did you not read the homework? Is it because you're jacking off too much? I think it's because you're jacking off too
Yeah, it was the other way. It was not good. Yeah,
Not
but
good. Anyway, but
Philly's
it's a great
nice.
area. Dude,
Philly's awesome.
The suburbs are beautiful, and it was such a great place to grow up. I'm so thankful that I had that place to grow up. We grew up Abington Meadowbrook, which is a little subsidiary of Abington, and it was just, man, it was amazing.
I don't think Philly suburbs get enough credit for
They
how
don't.
nice they are.
No, they're really
dope.
pretty, man.
Yeah,
They really are,
Good
man.
roads,
Great
actually.
roads. Great
for
roads.
how bad the roads are in the city.
Yes.
Some of the worst on the planet
ever, literally. But the suburbs, beautiful.
But historically bad, like 1700s bad.
They've been bad. They've never updated. It's
Yeah,
still
fucking Ben
cobblestone in a
Franklin
lot
was
of
like,
places.
God
Yeah.
damn these fucking,
This carriage is nuts. And they went to the horse's carriage, and they didn't get any better.
Dude, those fucking cobblestones down by Independence
Oh my God,
Hall.
that's what I'm talking about.
It's seriously, just suspension
Yeah, if you have
test.
acid reflux, you definitely don't want to go down.
And those Philly
streets.
cabs, man, they take a beating.
They do.
They're
They
the
do. Yeah, the Ubers aren't any better, and Priuses don't smooth
No,
anything out. They're the
no.
worst.
Everyone airs down to 10 psi.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
like Phillies are was like off-roading. It
No,
was
it is.
insane.
It is,
It was
yeah.
crazy.
Why don't they
Especially in
pave
the
over the
Teslas.
cobblestones?
The Teslas
It's
actually don't
historic.
make it.
It's historic. They
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, they
like,
can't.
Same reason they don't in Lower Manhattan.
Right.
It's like
right.
they're
They're historical.
grandfathered in.
They are. They are. They're actually they've been trademarked like historical.
Yeah.
So they it's like a building, like they can't get
Yeah.
rid of it.
Protected park.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially like, the
This
original
street must be fucked
Betsy
forever.
Ross's house, and the first presidential, kind of like the first White House. All that
Yeah.
stuff is in downtown
Yeah.
Philly, right? So the Liberty Bell, all that area is
Right.
beautiful. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy. Teslas don't make it. Because the fit and finish of a Tesla sucks. So they literally fall
And they
apart.
just fall
Shattering
apart.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried? You can literally pull panels out of a Tesla.
Yeah.
I don't.
We've not had good
I
experiences.
am not a fan. I'm not a fan. I appreciate what they were trying to accomplish with them. I am
Yeah.
not a fan. They're just not ready.
Well, there's the mission, and then there's building cars
That's
properly,
it. That's
and
it,
they're
dude.
not
They're
the
not
same
doing
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I don't know who gets away with no updates for over a decade. I mean, they put a little, like a new tail lamp and a front fog lamp that now is through the whole product line, and that's their update.
For the record, I did not prompt Joey on this.
True, he didn't.
I'm not really a fan either, and people are like, "Why don't you shut the fuck up about Tesla?" I didn't say anything to Joey.
No,
about
you didn't.
this.
Honestly,
He
I
brought the
just
shit up
I
on
look
his
at
own.
them, and first of all, they look like Ford probes. That's the first thing, which I don't
missed
understand.
the probe.
Missed the
Probe was good.
Probe, dude. The probe.
The probe was actually a Mazda MX-6.
Yes, it was.
Underneath the probe.
Yes, it was.
With
It
some of
was.
the best engines. The
Yes, it was.
KLZE V6.
Good old
Looked
Ford
like a
probes.
budget 850.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Budget
Good-looking car.
850. I had an 850 CSI.
Really?
Did
I
you?
did. 95.
When you were like,
95.
when it was new.
When brand new, when it came out.
They're-
850
Those are
CSI.
fucking great.
Dude, it was an amazing
That's
car.
where I wanted to start. Okay, you got real famous, and I imagine relatively wealthy at a young age, like high school age, right?
Well, I did because I was working since I was 5.
Right.
The explosion, and I was well known, and then the explosion sort of happened when I turned like 14.
Oh yeah, so that's a real dangerous.
Hey, there it
850
is, buddy.
CSI.
Gorgeous.
That's a real dangerous time financially to get famous.
It's pretty dangerous.
Because you're like, oh, my first car is going to be a fucking 911
Whatever.
or what
Yeah,
was
my parents actually would not let me buy a car
Okay.
till I was 17.
Okay, and what did
I
they
had to
let you
drive
buy
I had
eventually?
to drive the family minivan, which was a
Sweet.
Pontiac Transport.
Dustbuster
those?
van,
Dude.
They were great.
Pontiac Transport, baby. It was white. It was the GT version.
Did it have white wheels too?
It had the white wheels.
Yes.
It had that package. It was like the souped up Transport.
Did
There
it
it
have,
is.
Did it have red cloth? 'Cause
No, it
that's
did
when
not.
you really got.
It did not. It had the gray cloth. Thank God. But
Bro,
that's the van right there,
I
dude.
tried so
Look at that
hard to
van,
get my
bro.
mom to buy one of these things.
Dude.
She didn't bite.
Dude, the white wheels.
Ended up with the Mercury
silver-
Villager.
Oh.
So, which was all right.
All right. Now there it is, baby.
No, these were great. If
they
you,
were
if
amazing.
I haven't, when was the last time you saw one of these on the road?
Well, I don't
do
because
not
Pontiac
last.
made 2 huge mistakes. I guess designing this one and then the Aztec.
Yeah.
Remember that, which got the guy fired? Didn't
But-
it? Got the head of development, I think, fired. Whoever did that car, they spent
So-
millions on that car.
The guy who designed the Aztec
Yeah.
also designed the C7 Corvette later. Now, I don't know if he was fired and brought back,
Whoa,
but
really?
it was the same guy. Yeah, it was the same guy.
Okay.
He recovered.
Well, he
And
recovered
not
'cause
only
the
that,
Aztec was-
the Aztec,
that
if-
rear
Tom
glass.
Peters, yeah. If you look at an Aztec now, it's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
It's not that
Yes,
the
it
front
is.
end. The front end is ugly, but
And the back is
the
bad
Aztec,
as well. Matt.
Look, it's ugly.
my
It's
God,
ugly,
dude.
but that style, the sloped roof crossover,
Well, yeah, it's
the X6,
No, I know.
the Cayenne Coupe, where everyone's doing this exact thing now.
I know. I
Yes,
just
but
don't.
the difference
honestly,
is in the details.
It
Truly.
is.
Or
Look
the
at
lack
that.
of
and
detail.
The back,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
The back was just as hideous.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not
it was,
good. And you know the Aztec concept
The
was
wing.
good.
Oh my God.
There was a concept Aztec that they showed. There's the concept.
Yep, Yeah. bad.
Not bad.
Not as
No, bad. Totally bad.
well.
100%
I
bad.
gotta be honest with you, it's not great.
It's not
but
bad, though.
The
Is there no fuel
production
door?
The
model-
production one is much
Dude,
sadder.
The fuel door is just open.
Is it just open?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just,
yeah,
it was a
yeah.
black plastic.
Yeah, utility, bro.
I'll never
utility.
forget it. But dude,
Fucking-
that was. I mean,
it's
how
tactic-
much money?
It's
How
tactical.
much money did they lose on that? You know?
lot.
A lot.
Hey,
of
we need to make this thing a little more sporty. Let's put a wing on it.
They
Let's
lost-
put a
they
little,
lost a lot of
lip.
fuel.
A
But it
rear
came
lip.
back around for Breaking Bad.
It did.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Wow.
So
yeah.
you
but
so
anyway.
you rocked the Transport for a
so
while,
Pontiac
which is
Transport.
very cool, actually.
It was pretty cool. Although I grew up in minivans, I was the minivan generation, right?
Yeah.
So we had the Plymouth when they were Plymouth, and then we had when Chrysler.
Then
took
you went
over,
with the Town and Country,
The Town
or-
and Country.
right.
We had the wood on the side. We had
Yeah.
the white Town and Country. We had a cream Town and Country. We had a lot of Town and Countries, and then we got the Pontiac Transport, and then I had to drive that till I was 17, and then the first car I
Oh,
got.
so you were like pretty famous driving this Transport around.
Very famous.
I bet people did not believe that was you
They
when they
did
saw
not.
the van.
No, they did not.
They're like, Joey Lawrence is not
They
driving
didn't know though because I
fucking
parked
white
around
on
the,
white
I
Transport.
parked in the back of the mall and just walked.
But did that cause a bump in sales of the Pontiac Transport?
You could have
Like,
parlayed in the social
I
media
could've-
era.
if it
You
had been
could
the-
have.
Oh, it would have been money.
Hey, ladies,
Yeah.
buy your man a
This
Transport.
is cool. No way. Yeah,
You
it
could,
is.
you could bring it back today.
We could bring the Pontiac.
What would
Transport
you
back.
pay?
Actually, I wish Pontiac was still around. I miss
I know,
Pontiac.
Pontiac
I
was
miss
cool.
the Trans Am, dude. I
What
love
would
the
you pay
Firebird.
for a mint condition Pontiac Transport right
Just
now?
to have it because of the nostalgia?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I would pay some money for that if it was mint.
I
Had
bet,
to be
yeah,
mint.
yeah, of
Radical
course.
situation.
The
Yeah.
mintest example.
Yeah, I would. I actually would.
Someone, you know,
Probably has it.
If I found and because my mom had that Mercury Villager and it was
Right.
the Nautica edition.
Oh yeah,
remember that
I
joint?
remember the Nautica, of course.
Looked like a capsized sailboat.
Absolutely,
white
dude.
wheels, same
White
shit.
wheels, yep.
And every once in a while, one pops up. The audience, they always find it on Craigslist. They always send it to me, but
That's
it's
awesome.
always kind of a shit one.
Yeah.
If there was a mint one,
You buy it.
I'd probably spend more money than most people would be comfortable with buying that.
I probably would do that with a transport. My dad also had a 1983 Eldorado coupe.
Oh, yeah.
White.
Yeah.
With the wire wheels, no velour top, because he hated the velour top, so he ordered it without the velour top.
Probably
so
actually, that was probably better.
It was way better.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it was better, yeah.
And it wasn't the Barrett's with the weird extra chrome and the stupid lights.
The upper windows.
Oh,
yeah,
God. Oh, God. It wasn't that. So I would love that car, though.
Yeah.
Like an 83 Eldorado coupe would be so cool.
Guys, got to stop the action real quick for Factor. The busy fall season is just around the corner, and you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for those jam-packed days. Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, and they'll help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. I have this problem all the time. I forget to plan my meals, right? I don't leave the house in the morning knowing what I'm going to eat for lunch and when. I don't make enough time, and I don't make enough space in my life for it. And so what ends up happening? I end up having to order something. I end up having to pick up something on the fly, and it's not as healthy as it should be. It's not as delicious as it should be, and it makes me feel not great. Except when I have Factor here at the shop. When I've got Factor, a box of it in the fridge, I can refresh and keep those healthy habits without missing a beat. They've got 34 plus weekly flavor-packed, dietitian-approved meals ready to eat in the microwave, just 2 minutes. You've got the calorie-conscious meals. You've got the protein plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. You've got the chef gourmet plus options, which are sort of upgraded ones, upscale meals with premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, asparagus. They are great. Fresh, never frozen meals ready in just 2 minutes. And you can enjoy eating well this month without the hassle. Simply choose your meals via the website and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes with no prep and no mess. So head over to factormeals.com/tire50 and use code TIRE50 to get 50% off. That's code TIRE50 at factormeals.com/tire50 to get 50% off. Now, back to the action.
Car, though. Like an 83 Eldorado coupe would be so cool.
Have you seen the convertible of that era?
Yes, of course.
They're pretty rare.
I wanted my dad to get one in 85.
Cool. Yeah.
I saw my first one on the road, and I was like, you got to get that.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He actually ended up getting, 3 years later, the remodeled 1986 420 SEL.
Oh, all right.
White with the gray.
Okay.
Beautiful car.
Yeah.
By the way, one of my favorite all-time cars is the 560 SEC Coupe.
Oh, yeah.
I love that car.
Finally getting their due. For a long time, they were like $8,000, and now it's 25 to 30 for a great one.
I saw a 91. It was full AMG package.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had one. It just left.
Really?
We had a Hammer. One with a 6-liter hammer in it. It left. It's going to be for sale at Curated. The owner's getting out of it. So, you know Curated in Miami?
Yeah.
They sell...
I was like, why do I know that?
They sell 80s and 90s supercars. Wow. Huge money shit. Wow. Really rare Diablos.
What are they going to get for this, you think?
Probably 800. Like, they're really rare and they're really valuable, and they'll probably get $750,000, $800,000 for it. This is a great one.
Is it mint?
Yeah. Low mileage, dark gray, black interior.
I love that anthracite
6-liter.
gray.
Yeah. You know, look at this. They got a Testarossa convertible Straman conversion. That's pretty rad. Only a couple of those Straman conversions are out there. But
dude, it's so beautiful.
Shout out to Curated. He's our homie, John Tamarian, who runs this place. And
hook us up, dude.
They've got, if you're ever, there it is. Oh no, that's not it. That's similar to the one that we had. That's not a wide body.
I was so obsessed with this car. In
1991,
Matchbox came out with, remember the Premier Collection, which was the rubber wheels and had the mirrored glass, and it came with the shelving unit that you could put the cars. It had like a vet and. I bought 3, and I still have them, of the white 500 SECs. It wasn't the 560.
Europe had the 500. We didn't get that motor.
But they did the 500 SEC, and I have 3 of them. I still have them.
So, now because of the import laws, 25 years old, you could get a 500 from Europe and bring it to America if you want. Yeah.
Nice.
Once it's 25 years old,
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
Dude.
That's fucking tough.
Dude, look how beautiful that is.
The proportion, the proportions are wonky.
I know, but
they're
it's badass.
actually kind of awesome.
I
If
know.
you could take that proportion and make it into the real thing.
How sick would that be, bro?
Pretty cool.
I loved this car so much. I swear to God, I bought 3 of them. I still have them. Mine are mint, however, not that. But I have them.
Not this garbage.
No.
$40 for garbage.
That's way overpriced. In the same set was a Testarossa.
Yeah.
And I had 3 of those because my favorite 2 cars were the 500
Bro,
SEC
look
and the
out the
Testarossa.
window. You know I understand the Matchbox collection here.
bro.
This
I
is
know,
what
bro.
we do.
I know.
Okay, so finally, did your parents give you access to the bank account?
So
You
I
get
finally
what you
was able to
wanted.
get something. I got, but I had a budget. It had to be in
Yeah.
moderation. So I got a 1993 300ZX twin turbo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Amazing car.
Yeah. That's
Black,
an awesome.
black.
2-seat or
With the
2 plus
T-tops.
2?
2-seat.
2-seat.
I didn't
Super
want the 2
cool.
plus 2.
Yeah.
Because it was too long.
Yeah.
I liked the way it looked better. It was fatter. By the way, what's crazy is the new Z, that back end is very much a combination of the original 240 and the 300.
And totally intentional.
The way the plastic and the lights, totally intentional.
Totally intentional.
But I love the way the lights were in that light bar, but they were separate lights.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they were beautifully, the detail in that car, by the way, the fit and finish on that 93 twin turbo was unbelievable.
Those cars were
incredible.
Built really, really well.
Really well, dude.
And that they were expensive. They
were expensive.
ultimately priced themselves out of the market.
No.
Supras and RX-7s also,
Yep.
and NSXs, all built really, really better than they really needed to be.
They were. As a matter of fact, I went from a 300ZX twin turbo, and then 2.5 years later, I got a 96 super twin turbo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you made the rounds.
Yep,
This is
I
all
did.
right.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. All those cars, and then I had the 850 CSI, and I had a '94 Porsche Speedster.
Oh, really?
Red
When
with
it
the
was
red
new?
wheels, brand new. Tip, dude. Never should have
Wait,
gotten rid
in
of that.
'94. So what were you, like 18?
Yeah.
Wait, what drew you to Japanese cars first versus, you said like Trans Ams or
Yeah,
any of
well,
those?
I wanted the Knight Rider car is what I wanted. I wanted the Firebird, I really did. And then, but
Better off having not ended up there.
Yeah, they weren't, but I drove them. That was the thing. And
Oh,
I
that's
was
the
like,
problem.
Yeah, these don't drive that
Yeah.
good. They look good.
They do.
They do look good.
But they're made of Legos.
Yeah. And the Vet, I liked the Vets, but they were so much plastic, the carbon fiber. Not carbon fiber, but what was it?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
Yeah,
of course. I knew it was fiber in there. And I just was like,
But for an Italian from Philly, it would have been perfect.
oh,
you,
the Vet, baby.
you were right.
Look at this Vet.
You were real close. If you were from Cherry Hill, you would have had no choice.
My dad's office was in Cherry Hill. Yeah, he had employees that had vets.
100%.
Of course, yeah. Oh no doubt. But it was either the bird or the vet,
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, but and just because I was a big like stats guy, so it had to have certain safety features, and my mom was adamant about that. So it had to have roll bar, had to have tubes in the doors, had to have a certain amount of airbags.
The dual front airbags.
And this was very rare back then. Not a lot of cars offered this, so I had to go through and scour. And it was either like the Lexus SC400, which I loved, but it was like a little old man car for me.
Yeah.
And then, or it was like something like a 300. So I went and drove one. I was like, oh, I love this car.
Yeah.
And being in LA, I know it sounds crazy, but I didn't want to stick because I was a new driver and I just didn't want to do it, And they had an automatic in that car, and that's what led me to it initially.
Yeah.
That's why I got that. I know that's anti-car talk, but
It's look, it is what it is. It was 30 years ago.
But I
You
own it,
fucking-
so,
yeah,
yeah,
whatever.
but I own it, so.
Now that I live here, I understand why people don't want to stick.
Oh, it's a
I don't even
nightmare.
get mad.
No, it's a nightmare.
My fun cars are stick, but
Right, but
like
no.
I daily drive an electric car because traffic sucks balls.
It sucks. It's
Yeah.
the worst. No, I love the way that these PDKs have evolved have just been amazing. I remember like in the I had a 98 355 F1.
Oh.
And Berlinetta with the
Great car, terrible gearbox.
Terrible gearbox.
But a great car.
Mine was Grigio alloy with
nice.
with that beautiful sort of like cognac interior. It was really
Oh,
beautiful.
that's actually pretty rad.
Dude, it's rad, dude.
That's a good one.
Dude, it was rad.
Yeah,
I never
that's-
should have gotten rid of that car. I had the Daytona grill on the back. So the lights were all blacked out.
Oh, the Challenge grill, the mesh grill. Yeah, the mesh grill. Yeah, yeah.
I had the skid era shields on it. It was
That's a
sick
good
car,
build.
dude. It was really beautiful.
It's a good build. Too bad about the gearbox. The rest of it is
I
ace.
know. It was ace.
But at the time, that seemed like
future.
those
Yeah.
that gearbox probably cost $15,000 as an option.
It did.
And ironically, to get a 355 now in a stick is probably a $50,000 premium to buy a stick versus an F1. I think you can convert them.
You can.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
convert
yeah.
them now.
I
As a
think-
matter of fact, in '97, I bought a Dodge Viper.
Yes.
And I wanted a automatic. I know. And I said, I said it was black. It had the black with the removable roof. It had the silver stripes. It was that first upgrade, that first like refresh.
Yeah, when they added
took
air
out
conditioning.
They added air conditioning, and they took out the side pipes that were burning everybody's legs every time you got in and out of the car.
Made the car sound a lot different.
What? It did.
With the rear exit exhaust
It
versus
did.
the side pipes?
It sounded like a jet. Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
and I put a Corvette. I put a
Automatic in
Z06.
it?
I put a Corvette automatic that was able to handle it because that's what they put in there. A
Who
Corvette.
did? Do you remember who did that?
Gosh, I don't remember who did the work. I
I wonder
But here's what's
if-
crazy. My best friend's dad
Yeah.
bought that car for me, and he still has it.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's cool.
Because I recently saw one that had been converted that was for sale.
There it is.
I wonder if that's it. Is that
No, this
is
is
that
for-
literally it?
No, this is for sale, but I was just
Oh,
trying
okay.
to find the right
really?
spot.
I saw one
96.
recently that had a converted automatic, and it was black. And I wonder if it was that. But if you say he's still got it,
Well,
then.
I mean, as of like, I haven't, I
Yes.
check in random. I mean, we talk all the time, but I don't ask him, hey, does your dad still have the car? So I might have asked him maybe a year ago.
Oh,
you know, like-
I wonder if that car was it. I saw the car that was an automatic converted Viper that was for sale.
Did it have chrome wheels or
I don't
okay,
remember,
polished?
but they're neat cars, and the
Dude,
more
they're
I
so
look at the
cool.
early ones, the more I'm kind of like, kind of want one.
Dude, they're so bad.
But after the ZX, it must have felt like garbage.
Well, it did. It felt like, I mean, it was so beautiful looking.
Yeah.
But it just was garbage. I
Yeah.
mean, it was just, honestly, it's the problem with a lot of, even to this day, a lot of the Dodge Chrysler stuff is just, like it just.
You say that, meanwhile you just rolled up
I
in
have
a
a
new Grand
hybrid
Cherokee.
4xe, which actually is great. It's a big upgrade.
Yeah.
My wife loves those cars,
Uh-huh.
so that's just like the car that I'm like, can I just take that because I don't feel like driving anything else?
It's your
you know?
traffic car.
Yeah, but dude, it's great. Actually, big upgrade. Fit and finish is fantastic. Way better than like 3 years ago. Like
Nice.
massive.
I actually
upgrade.
haven't driven one yet, but I have to.
They actually
I have to
drive
get
really
one.
nice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The
They're not like a driving car, but they're a good car.
traffic car.
Yeah. I mean, I had a Hellcat, Challenger.
Did you like it?
I mean, I did, but it's all it's all over the place, and it's a lot of plastic and a lot of
The
clangs
wall
and,
of like rubber plastic dash that goes on forever
like
is always fun.
why can't?
They're
And
a good time,
I'm
though.
hoping that the next generation they fix that, or if there is one.
I don't think there is
Probably
one.
not.
No,
It's over,
That
right?
car, that is one of the oldest cars on the market still,
Yeah, I
and
know.
it's I think it's the end for that.
Is it the end?
It's
Even if
getting
they go
there.
hybrid or electric, like these ones that are coming out.
Well, there's
you
going
think-
to be an electric one.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this
I think
concept photos. It
it's
looks
pretty
cool.
much
It does.
like a whole new car, though. I
Yeah.
think it's a whole new platform. I think what is out there today is
it, right?
when it's done, it's done.
Those
yeah.
will probably have some value, I would imagine, right?
They
The Hellcats?
they already do.
Yeah.
Some of the I follow like Barrett Jackson and shit on my
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram, and some of the limited edition ones, you cannot believe what people are paying for those.
Really,
Like
like
the red eye and all
red
that
eye. I
stuff?
was going to say the
like
red eyes.
like over $200,000. No, like for whatever the special,
What?
like who
well,
knows?
the red
dragster?
eye was a
fucking-
wide body,
what's-
That was a good
another
one.
100 and something horsepower.
like the
806
lick my
horsepower.
balls edition or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it
It gives you
is.
the old reach around.
The
while you're driving.
the
Hey, this is
January
one of a
6th
driving
edition
experience.
is
There's
really
a lot of plastic
doing
in here, but I'll tell you something.
Whatever.
The Capital
The
edition.
the Capitol Riot edition
Oh,
is doing,
God. Oh, my
is doing
God.
well.
God.
Whatever it is.
Oh, gosh.
But no, some of them are just bringing huge money right now. So
that's crazy.
they'll be collectible down the road.
Yeah.
In the same way that
I love the way they
60s
look.
shit
I
is.
love the way they look.
Sure.
I bought one in that sort of battleship gray.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Very popular.
Very cool. Very cool.
They're the size of a battleship, so
They
battleship
they
gray
were
is.
huge too, bro. So big. Car was so big.
I actually like the 4-door one. That one is.
I
that
probably
one's
should
got a
have
lot of
gotten that.
space.
I got sucked into the 2-door because I just thought, that's cool. I like, but I probably should have gotten
Yeah.
just the Charger. Yeah.
It's a quote better car.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah.
We don't buy things that are better. We buy the one that goes, oh, that one. I want that one.
I know.
Wait, so okay, when you had this Speedster and how many cars did you have at once at that
At one
age?
time, I think I usually had anywhere from like 10 to 12.
That's a bunch.
Yep.
And did your driveway
I had
look
a Jaguar
like a
XKR,
yeah.
just a cool. We were random weird shit,
Did your driveway look like a dealership? Was it
did.
like that?
It
okay,
did.
yeah.
It did. We had like a the way the house was, we had like a 3-car garage and then a 2-car garage and then a carport. And I had all of them. You know, I had like the 3-car and then the 2-car. I put like the really special ones, and then the carport housed always like 3 or 4 too.
That's
you know?
amazing. And this is in L.A.?
Yeah, I had a 55 Thunderbird mint, 26,000 original miles.
Oh, all right, neat. Those are real cool.
I did I
Great
redid all the voltage to upgrade it so that there was never.
That was a 6-volt car, wasn't it?
Yes, it was,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And I redid the exhaust tips in the back, you know, because they came out of the bumper.
Yeah.
And you had to just. If I didn't like sometimes they would rebuild them and they would make them too long because you wanted them. They didn't stick out far enough in the original.
Right.
They would burn the chrome, you know, and I hated that. But then other times people would do it and the extended was so ugly. It was like it stuck out 2 inches.
Yeah.
Mine was literally.
It wasn't circumcised.
It was not. No, they literally. Mine was custom. It was like literally like about 3/4 of an inch just past the chrome. It looked perfect. It still looked fat. You couldn't tell the difference, but it came out clean.
Yeah.
and it didn't tarnish the
Yeah,
chrome.
there's a fine line with that.
There is.
Because it actually does a lot of damage if it's inside.
It does. No, and it
like
did
rots the whole
notoriously.
thing. Yeah,
That's why so many of them were horrible.
Yeah.
No, this
They're
car
fucking
was
great.
mint.
That talk about a car.
Love the 55.
That car is the opposite of a Challenger in that if you look at a photo of a Challenger and a photo of a 55 T-Bird, you think they're going to be about the same size when you see them in person. 55 T-Birds are
Small.
little.
Small car.
Really little
A
cars.
little car.
Like Corvette size.
Yes, small.
I can't even get in. I want one of those.
Well, you're
and
a big
can't.
guy.
I know, but I want one. I can't.
They're so
fucking fit in
beautiful,
them.
dude.
I gotta like Shackify it, where
love-
you just cut it down the middle and
I'm
add
going
a
to build
foot.
it off an old Pontiac Grand Prix chassis. I'm going to stretch the original T-Bird, a 77 Grand Prix chassis. Oh, my God. What is it?
150%
Yeah,
scale
yeah,
replica.
yeah, exactly.
Have you ever seen you know who the Rainbow Shiek is?
I do. I know of him.
He's a
yeah.
guy. Have you seen his cars? It's
No.
like this is probably why you know. Not the Iron Sheik.
No, the Rainbow Sheik.
The guy he's in the Middle East.
Yeah, Middle
He's-
East.
and he
I
builds
imagine
these.
a name like Shiek, he probably, you know.
Well, yeah, but he builds these crazy cars.
Right.
And he builds oversized cars. So he builds like a Hummer that's like the size of a house.
Yes.
Like there's one like that little truck on the left is a normal Dodge Power Wagon, and the one behind
come
it
on.
is the Rainbow Sheik's Dodge Power Wagon.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this guy rules. And so he builds like massively oversized.
Oh, my
like-
God.
Yeah, he builds the best shit.
Oh, my
This
God.
guy rules. Like great
Oh,
follow on
my
Instagram.
gosh.
I cannot recommend enough. And he drives
Wow.
this. So that like Willie's Jeep is the size of like an apartment building.
Oh,
It
my
is
God.
the Guinness World Record holder for the largest operational scale model on the planet.
And that red Power Wagon that we started
Yeah.
with has a full apartment inside of it.
What?
Like it has bedrooms and a kitchen and shit in it.
Wait.
Yeah.
How does he drive it?
Because he's a sheik. No
Is it
one
like
gives
this
a
little
fuck.
steering wheel? It's like a boat. Like this
I've
huge
never
boat
actually
with just a little
seen-
cabin where you can drive.
Yeah,
from
I've
it?
never seen what the driver's compartment looks like, but they are drivable.
Wow.
Like they do drive.
Wow.
It's pretty wild.
Oh, there's no interior shot of that.
It's pretty crazy. They just showed one his.
just so people who didn't.
Yeah,
think
it's
it
got.
was
Look
anyone
at those
else's.
regular trucks parked under it. Zach, Google the Rainbow Chic Hummer. His Hummer is he needs a police
They're like
escort to drive.
Transformers.
Yeah.
They're really like Transformers.
So look, there's his
Holy
Hummer with a
hell.
regular Hummer.
Oh my God.
The one in front of it is a regular full-size Hummer.
For real?
Yes.
That's not-
No, that's a Hummer.
The
that's
first
an actual.
one in front is not an RC car.
No, that is an H1 Hummer, and then his Hummer behind it. This guy's
Dude,
awesome.
I'm blown away, bro.
This guy, look at the bottom left, Zach. There's people standing.
Oh my
They gotta like shut the whole
gosh,
shit
bro.
down to fucking.
Oh my.
So,
Holy shit.
yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, there's a guy standing in the window.
Oh my God.
Look, you see the safety
I
vest?
thought, that was
There's a guy.
I thought that was a jacket on the seat.
No, there's a guy standing.
Dude, that must cost him.
He's chic, bro. It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a museum. He owns an off-road museum. I believe it's in Abu Dhabi,
Okay.
but or maybe possibly Dubai. But
Pays to be a chic. Wow.
yeah. Oh, look, the Hummer has 2 floors, a staircase, a guest room, etc. I didn't realize the Hummer.
They're like land
the Hummer
yachts.
also.
You know how they used to say
it's an
like
actual-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an actual
the 78,
land yacht.
the 78 Continental was actually a land yacht. This
No,
is
this
literally
is
a
like
land
the
yacht.
shit.
It's
yeah.
46 feet long
Wow.
Yeah, it's so
or
crazy.
high. I actually don't know.
I don't know, but this guy's the coolest.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great follow.
Give
I'm gonna
me
do that.
Shiek money, and I will. Look,
That
he's got the
is-
stairs like a jet.
It's unbelievable, bro. It's actually unbelievable.
Yeah. This guy is the one. Look, oh, there's that one. You've got your mouse on it. One to the right, Zach. He's got this train truck. This thing, like, it's. I don't know what it is, but
That's cool.
Wait,
the
it looks like something out of like
Dabion.
Mad Max or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. He's got multiple like Mad Maxy vehicles that he drives across the desert.
Oh
And
my gosh.
Just, I'm telling you, the best Instagram follow of this dude. He rules.
Let's do the
But he
old
also,
moon wheels. Let's do
on
the old
top of
50s
this
moon
like
wheels.
crazy
Yeah.
shit, he also has like
I'm sure he's got
land
the sick-
yachts from the 70s
Right,
that
right.
he like that. You know, in America you'd be like, oh, whatever. But like this dude like rolls around the desert in these things,
Wow.
like just the king. It's so great.
That is so
yeah.
cool.
I love this guy.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I would like to go visit the Rainbow Shiek.
Wonder where
one
he came
day.
up with the name Rainbow Shiek. Okay.
I think someone gave him that name, and I
Okay.
believe it's because by Shiek standards, he's pretty flamboyant.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
a gay thing.
Okay.
At least I don't
Almost
think
like
so.
Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat
Kind
thing.
of,
Kind of like just
yeah,
full of
yeah.
boisterous energy
Yeah.
and
I mean,
zeal for
and
life, right?
I think.
Okay.
Look at this truck. I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, wow.
Unless he's the chrome
Look at all
Shiek,
look at all the
that'd be-
horns. He has like the train. Remember, like the big like truck
got
horns.
train horns.
Yeah, big train.
Dude,
Wow.
that thing, that's a real move the fuck
He's
out of
got
my
the
way.
spare wheels in case something happens.
You think he's ever gotten a flat in
Oh
that thing?
my gosh!
You
it's gonna
need
take-
how many people do you need to lift that wheel off that truck?
I mean, dude, you need a,
Six?
like a
You need a
at
crane.
least crane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet humans can't lift that.
followed by
It's
a
got to be.
crane.
It's got to be 1,000 pounds. That thing.
Yeah.
Well, if you have enough humans.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
Wow.
Pyramids.
That's a good, this is a very, this is a very good point, Clement.
That's true.
How did we even end up there?
I don't
Holy
know.
Shit. But
Wow.
now we know about the Rainbow Shiek.
Wow.
It's an
That's awesome.
educational experience.
It really is. I
Joey
love it.
Lawrence.
And that's why everybody watches your show.
Dude, can I randomly ask about something in your childhood? Because you did
Sure.
a movie with John Candy.
I did.
One of my favorite childhood movies, Summer Rental.
Oh, you like that movie?
I
Cool,
love that
man.
movie because I was a sailor and I liked the sailing aspect of it. But it was a real I was a big John Candy fan.
It's actually a great movie. It really was a good movie.
Do you
Really
ha-
good family movie.
Do you have memories of John
oh,
Candy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What
Oh,
was
yeah.
he like?
Awesome. That was so great. We were down in St. Petersburg Beach for 12 weeks shooting that. Carl Reiner directed that movie,
yeah,
which
Carl
Carl Reiner
Reiner.
of like Mary Tyler Moore, and
Yeah.
like, big famous dude.
And Spinal Tap.
oh yeah, Carl Reiner is. I mean, and was later.
Oh, wait, no, that was Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner.
Sorry, Carl
his
Reiner's
son.
his dad. Yeah, shit.
Carl Reiner.
Yeah.
Carl Reiner was. I mean, just he
Also
was
legend. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Carl Reiner was a legend before Rob for sure. But no, he was amazing and. Was down there. Richard Crenna was in it. Rip Torn. All these legends were in there, and
Torn,
we
yeah.
had so much fun. Believe it or not, John was. I actually caught a incredible flounder. We went fishing during lunch off the pier, and I caught this beautiful flounder. And the chef cooked it, and John Candy and Carl Reiner ate it for lunch.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
He was so cool, man. He had his family down there. He was in such a good place, and it's crazy to think. I mean, he was so young,
Yeah.
during that. I mean, he was literally like in his mid-30s.
Yeah, and he died young, but like
Died
if you grew up in
Like-
the
like
80s,
9 years later.
yeah,
Crazy.
But if you grew up in the 80s, it was
Oh,
like
dude.
he was the
Dude.
guy.
Great Outdoors,
Yeah.
Uncle Buck.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I
for
mean,
us,
dude,
planes,
got it,
trains,
got
and
it.
automobiles,
Dude, which
particularly.
my brother was in. Matt was in that. My middle brother
Oh,
was
was he
in.
one of the kids?
Yep.
Oh shit, I
Yep.
didn't even realize
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Wow, you
Yep.
guys fucking covered
Yep.
some ground,
We
didn't
did,
you?
we did, but nah, John was just amazing. Super talented dude.
So fun.
Yeah.
We lose these people, and then it's crazy because for the first time, like I don't know if we're really replaced. Like not that they're ever replaceable, but generation to generation, you have like your superstars that come up.
Yeah.
And they you had like your Bogarts and your Bacalls, and you had your Cary Grants, and they were replaced. And then it went into the Steve McQueens and went into the Burt Reynolds and all these
Right.
guys, the Robert Redfords.
Yeah.
And then as they kind of go into the older age of their careers, then you get the Schwarzeneggers and the Stallones and the Tom Cruises and the Brad Pitts, the George Clooney's. And like it's so weird because you lose a lot of these people, and then for like I don't know, like we've lost so many of these amazing legends. I don't really see anybody like kind of filling those shoes. Really, it's kind of a weird time. Like it's like who's John Candy out there right now? Who
Well,
is that?
I think comedy has evolved. I think it changes like every decade or
It's
15
definitely
years.
different.
So like John Candy was, in my opinion, was very funny at very subtle stuff.
Yes.
Like he could do the big thing and,
No,
and the
but he
whole
was-
like, oh my god, look at the
he was
pancakes,
just an
and then he had
enjoyable
the
character.
face could just do like a small look or a wink, and he
Yeah.
would die.
Yeah.
And I think
I feel like Ben
Comedy's just
Stiller
changed
in
the
his
set.
when he was doing his like really great stuff. That's where he kind of that was his bread and butter
good
was the
ticks.
subtlety. Was the
Yeah.
subtlety of comedy. I mean, we went through the Jim Carrey stuff, which was great. In the '90s, which was broad, super big and broad. Chris
Right.
Farley, super big and broad.
Right.
But the subtlety stuff, I personally, I love that.
There was a lot of nuance to John Candy's
Lots.
comedy.
And he was
Like,
so relatable. He could play like,
Yeah.
for instance, in that movie. I mean, he shed all the goofiness. He was just a dad
Yeah.
who was really funny.
Yeah.
He did real funny, grounded things.
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously, when he was cracking that egg on the. And I had
Yeah.
hard boiled and some eggs. He was cracking them, and then the one didn't make it to the hard boiled stage. Just his
Yeah.
reaction to that, and getting out of a car and hitting his leg on something, and
Dude,
that was gonna hurt.
And
That's-
the
that
shit
ca-
from like Uncle Buck with
Oh,
the
my gosh.
hatchet and just
Yeah.
stuff like just
Dude.
really
Dude.
dark but hilarious.
Yes. Dude, remember Who's Harry Crumb?
Oh, I loved Who's Harry Crumb.
bro.
That movie did
I am
not
from
get
Budapest.
enough.
Hungry? No thanks. I just ate.
That movie didn't get enough credit.
Did not. Funny.
That movie is a great. It's a great look at '80s LA.
It is. It was
I really
so
like
good.
because when I grew up in New York and when I moved here, and I started like rewatching some of those movies
Yeah.
that were shot like they
Right.
were quintessentially
Yeah,
LA
80s.
movies.
Yep.
And I just like Troop Beverly Hills
Oh
and stuff
my gosh,
like
another
that.
great movie.
Underrated car movie. All the
absolutely.
parents of the Beverly
Dude,
Hills because they're driving
crazy.
Lambos and like
I know,
Gimbala
bro.
fucking
I know.
Porsches and shit.
I know.
Yeah. There's
know.
there's underrated
I know,
car
dude.
cred in Troop Beverly
You're
Hills.
absolutely right. There is. That was a
Yeah.
great movie. I
and
love that
starring
movie.
Jenny Lewis, who became a very famous
Jenny
singer.
Lewis. That's right. I actually ran into Jenny Lewis so much growing up as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure. But it's crazy to see her indie rock
My wife
superstardom.
fucking loves Jenny Lewis.
That's awesome, dude. No,
I
she's got.
listen to a lot of it in the car.
Dude, she's huge. She's
Yeah,
incredible.
she's
It's so
very
cool.
talented.
She's extremely talented. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's cool that it was the story didn't disappoint the
No, it's-
reputation of John Candy.
He was just one of the most generously kind dudes ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had his family there with him. He had his daughter there with him, and his wife was there with him. And
They're
just-
like we got a vacation too. They
did.
like the
Dude, it was
fucking
incredible. We
house
were
up
on the
road.
beach, St. Petersburg Beach, for like, almost 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Wow. It was incredible.
What
And
were you,
all
like-
that boat
you were,
sequence
like
stuff.
10, 11 when we did
I
that?
was 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
9. I actually turned 9 during the filming of that.
Yeah.
Because we shot it. It was in '85. Yeah.
Fucking
So April
great
of
movie.
'85.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, go see Summer Rental. It's
Yeah,
a great
Summer Rental.
Great 80s family movie.
Really good.
Quality John Candy flick.
Yeah, it was. All that boat stuff with the regatta and everything.
Yeah.
We shot that on the water. We were on the water for days. It was so neat.
Dude, as a sailor, when I'm giving away the ending, but when fucking John Candy takes off his pants and flies them up the
great,
mast
right?
to get an
forgot about that.
extra supercharger
Holy
of
shit.
fucking speed. God,
was
did
great,
young
right?
Matt
It was
find
great.
that? As a fat kid, I was like, he's flying his pants and winning. Like, yes!
Superheroes a movie.
So cool, dude. Yeah, bro.
God damn, I love
It
that
was great.
movie.
It's a great movie.
The okay, so now you're an adult,
Mm-hmm.
and what is adult Joey? Now we went through what kid Joey Lawrence was
Yeah.
buying. Good stuff.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I mean,
Thanks,
I'm
man.
pretty impressed
I had
at
a
the
lot of
taste.
stuff.
Not a lot. Did you modify any of those cars in a terrible way that a teenager would have modified their car?
No, I didn't. I actually I got into a period, as everybody did, with just I was obsessed with putting wheels on it. You know, everything had to have wheels, and so many times, I probably just should have. You got tucked into the 22s when it should have probably been 21s. and,
Right.
And I always try to do the staggered fitments because I still to this day love this staggered look. But the tires ended up being too thin.
Right.
And
Start bending rims all the
Yeah.
time.
Did you ever own any Spreewells?
No,
You didn't.
no.
You made it through?
I did not.
You know what? They're worth a lot of money.
Are they?
If you find a set of functional Spreewell wheels today,
can't do it.
they are quite valuable.
No, I was a big HRE
ultimately.
guy. I still am.
Oh, nice.
I love HREs.
They were sponsored by them.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I could be sponsored by them.
You could.
I love HRE.
I'm not going to tell them that. You're going to take my fucking hosting gig
No,
down there.
I love HRE.
I host their charity event every year.
I
in
love
exchange
HRE
for wheels.
I love HRE.
That's what's on my Porsche. Those,
But
yeah,
but
I
I love
recommend.
those. Yeah,
They make
amazing.
made in
wheels.
California.
I know. I know. I love HRE wheels. I've had those on so many of my cars. So many.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, no,
all the
you have good
Ferraris,
taste.
the 360 Modena. I put HRE wheels on.
So
that.
you never. Like when Justin Bieber got money,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
He did the kind of shit that I did to my cars when
Right.
but much more. He
Right.
took his Audi R8 and wrapped it leopard.
I know.
Or full
I had
chrome.
an R8. I had a V10 R8.
That's a great
Spider.
car.
Great car.
Great car.
2013.
So you never did anything other than maybe too big of rims, but you never did anything that was totally tasteless
No,
and
I
in
didn't do that.
hindsight
I was
embarrassing.
really into aesthetics on cars.
Okay.
So, and I love like the way that a factory car looks. I would always go for the 63s or the AMGs because I like the souped up factory versions.
Yeah.
But if I ever did a kit, I would go for the ones that I felt like I would do the tech art on a Porsche. I'd do the Brabus. If it wasn't in, before they started making 63s or 55s, factory AMGs, and they were readily available.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like the old 500E, which was dope, but that was hard to get.
They were dope.
Amazing. But, I feel like I would always go for like the factory, like a kit that looked factory, but almost show car factory.
Right.
Because I love the show cars. I loved when they would present a vehicle and they would always put the larger wheels. Before they...
It sat an inch and a half lower.
That's it, dude. It had the clear turn signals on it. All the shit. And then you'd get yours and you'd be like, well, that doesn't fucking look like the car.
Yeah.
I ordered this to spec it, just no.
Yeah.
No. And then, so I would lower the springs, all that stuff.
Cadillac and Lincoln were the worst at that.
Dude.
Their concept cars would always
Beautiful.
be fire.
Beautiful.
And then you'd see the shit and you go, what happened?
I remember when
Why
the
did
DTS came out. The concept for that was so dope, and then you hit the streets and you're like, ugh.
Dude,
What
the
is this?
90s Cadillac's concept cars were on fire in the 90s. They were
know,
all
dude.
in Demolition Man as
I know
future
they
cars.
were. You remember that? Demolition Man, great movie.
I'm a super Demolition
I
Man nerd.
love Demolition Man. That's it. Oh my God.
Extremely underrated film.
John Spartan.
I have
A good,
I have
a friend of
Demolition
mine,
Man
Peter
themed.
Lankoff.
He was on the show.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Peter and I was on. He called me up and I went in and did a little stint on Hawaii 5-0. I played Nick Jonas's brother,
Nice.
who came back to avenge his death and was on there for several episodes, wreaking havoc with the 5-0 team. I was a hacker.
We liked Peter. He was great.
He was great, man. He's got great cars.
He has good cars, and I like his like Spartan trailer thing he's got
He's
going
got a Spartan
on.
trailer. I was actually in the Spartan trailer.
I see it on his Instagram. I'm like, Peter, fucking call me. I want
he's
to
got
come
a
have
little
cigars
Spartan
over
trailer
there.
thing. Yeah. I had a cigar in the Spartan trailer, Spartan Club.
The reason I had Peter on is because I talked about I have a Demolition Man themed bathroom in my house.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
With
do.
the shells?
I have 3 seashells.
Shut up, dude. What do you do with them?
I don't know. They sit there. Same thing everybody else does with them. Look at them and laugh.
I use
Nothing.
them. I just don't tell them how to bad.
Ew.
Yeah. No, but I have like movie props and shit from the movie like
Wow.
all over the wall. It's silly, but it's
the Schwarzenegger, like remember Presidential Library, put me back in the fridge.
it's silly, but someone
Dude,
was like
the virtual scene with him and Sandra Bullock was so...
that's today. That's what
so many
happens now.
things in that movie are like happening.
I'm telling you,
Really
it's a
wild.
fucking underrated film.
No, it's very good.
Except
I
other
really
than
like
the
that.
future LA just being Irvine.
I know.
It's like
San Angeles.
We've all become an Irvine business park.
San Angeles.
That's true.
I remember
But
that.
no, like semi-automated cars
I know.
and phone, video chatting and just all this,
Dude,
everything
it
being
was
connected.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it, and all the
Great
concept cars
movie.
were in it.
Well, there was a GM sponsorship,
Yeah, of
and they
course.
just said take our whole fleet of '90s
cars.
concept
I know.
cars.
I know.
It's
It's
great.
awesome. I know.
So Peter came and told us some great
They had all the
stories about
Camaros
that.
and everything that were in there, souped up, that were all concept cars. So dope, dude.
The hero car we learned from Peter was originally supposed to be a GTO, but then it became a 442
Right.
because they wanted to tie it in because they were launching the Oldsmobile Aurora.
No.
Remember the Aurora?
Yeah, of course.
So the
The Jelly
Aurora,
Bean.
the Aurora was launched in Demolition Man. So when the 442 goes up the elevator and comes
Yeah.
out, it's in front of an Aurora
You know
dealership.
what? I'd have to go back and watch that,
Bro,
but that's crazy,
Can't
bro.
unsee it once you see it.
Wow.
Crazy.
Aurora. I remember that car.
They took the Oldsmobile badging off. It was going to be the future.
Wow.
It wasn't.
It was not.
It wasn't. It was
Now
the
there is no
beginning.
Oldsmobile.
It was the beginning of the end.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just Buick now.
Yeah, and that's only because of China.
Is that really? Is that what that is? Mm-hmm.
They sell really well in China.
Why can't Buick design some? I don't know, man.
You feel like they could,
Like
right?
the Enclave, they try, but it just doesn't. I don't know what's going on.
It's that same thing, the concept to execution.
Yeah.
And
Some
also
of the concept of Buicks the last 7-8 years have been beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, honestly,
then they don't go
They
anywhere.
don't come into they don't come into fruition. The actual like
It's got to be a
version that-
real dead-end job working in the Buick design team.
Yeah.
You know, it's like being the ambassador to Nepal or something. You're like, this is the end of my political career. But Zach just laughed to himself. Did you find something that we need to
the Aurora?
This is
Yeah.
the Enclave.
Concept.
I mean, like,
Enclave concept?
in 06.
It looks better than the actual one.
I mean, it just
Not by a lot, but
No, not by a lot, but it's a little smoother.
yeah.
Man, remember when Tiger fucking ripped that seriously? Tiger with a straight
Yeah.
face?
Hey man, the check's clear.
They did.
Yeah.
That bought him yachts and planes and all kinds of shit.
yeah, yeah.
Like David
I know.
Beckham and his tutors.
Oh yeah, there it is. Absolutely, it's a great walk. Yeah, no, it's. I don't know, man. I don't know. So you drive an electric car, huh?
My wife and I, between the
Which
two
one?
of us, have one normal car
Okay.
and 7 stupid cars. And the one normal car is an electric car, the Ford, the Mach-E.
Oh, you got the Mach-E.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
It's great.
You like-
It's a Tesla that's screwed together better.
Nice.
Basically.
I like the way it looks better. Anyway.
It's an egg. It's a fucking appliance,
Yeah.
but it is a fantastic appliance for the
Yeah.
thing that we need to do.
Yeah.
Sit in traffic. 2
I'm not
thumbs
sure
up.
I'm sold on this all electric thing, man. I don't know.
No.
I'm really not, and I'll tell you why. Because I just well, first of all, they just don't drive far enough, and they say these drive miles and everything. But if you run any sort of AC or anything else, it seriously, digs into that overall like mileage that you're supposed to
Sure.
get. And I don't know. I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced of whether it's just a power surge from like oil tycoons to like battery tycoons, because I'm trying to track these things. I was watching some old Top Gear episode where they said, this is back in the day where you have to drive a Ford F-150 100 and something thousand miles.
Yeah.
And the emissions that goes into the atmosphere is what it would be equivalent to receiving your Prius after all the batteries have been made and shipped here to be retrofitted
Right.
and shipped there to be this. And then what do we got? What are we going to have? Just an earth full of battery acid? I mean, where do we put all these batteries?
It's complicated, right? So you've got like the energy it takes to build a car.
Yeah.
Then you've got the energy that it takes to make a car go 100,000 miles, and then you've got to dispose of that car or
Right.
whatever. So it's not quite so simple. In kind of our opinion, electric cars allow the business of cars
Yeah.
to continue as usual,
Yeah.
while allowing some people to feel like they're making a difference.
Yeah, I feel like that.
But not much
'cause
really
if you look at
changes.
the pollution that goes into these things, like, I mean, and again, like, I mean, it's massive. You're not really, like, one is not, in my opinion, saving the planet, and the other one is not
No.
destroying it. There is not that clear delineation between.
No, it's a gray area.
It is. I believe that too.
It's
I
a
believe
gray
that too.
area.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what the answer is, but I'm just not convinced it's
Well,
this
one thing
all-electric
that
stuff.
does help is
And they're
fewer
soulless.
cars.
Well, that's true. And they're soulless, too. They literally are boring as hell to drive.
Yeah, I mean,
I
there's
get it, like
some
speed,
good
speed,
ones,
speed,
but-
speed, fast.
Yeah.
Oh, great, cool. Okay, great. You know what? A microwave cooks things pretty quick, too. But at the end of the day, no one's putting a hamburger in a microwave.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Like, I mean, just because I can cook it in there in 30 seconds, it doesn't taste better. You know? And
There's-
it's not better for you.
There's
you know?
there's
You're
good
being
use
quiet.
cases
you're
for
just
them.
giving googly eyes behind the mask. I don't know what this guy's
Zach
thinking.
is very analytical.
Oh, is he?
He
I am
is.
very analytical,
He
but
is
I'm
very
listening.
analytical.
All right, all right.
But there's like, it like I said, it allows us to feel like we are continuing our car-centric habits,
Yeah.
but making a difference. But we're not really.
Yeah.
Better public transportation.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, that-
get and even
Wait, are
that-
you actually talking about solving problems? Because
Sorry, did we not do that
That
here?
doesn't happen.
Yeah, I know.
Remember, they just fight, moan, and bitch about things.
Right.
Nothing ever really gets solved.
Correct.
I think the idea is just to get people nice and angry, so they vote.
Sure.
Because I don't really see problems being solved, and the crazy thing is, there are solvable problems. To your point. We're just not solving them.
And
I
there's
almost think,
problems
like,
that
it's
can
like the
be-
treatment thing versus curing thing.
Right.
You hear that argument all the time. Well, here's the deal: we could do face transplants, but for some reason, I don't know why my hair grows here, but like 1 inch above it. Like, why does men, right? And I've lost a lot of hair too, but I still have it, thank God. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, why is it that hair grows right here, but 2 centimeters above? We got no fucking clue how to get it back there. But here's the deal: we can give you.
can go to
We can
Turkey.
give you
You go to
biotin.
Turkey,
we
get a
can give you.
transplant.
We can give you
Yeah.
Propecia. We can give you Fenestra. We can give you all these things. This will work. This may work. This does prostate. This does this. This. But here's the deal: it's $1 billion treatment industry.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's probably a cure out there somewhere. It would just be one cash out.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You know, I feel like there's a lot of cures for things, but treatment industry it's a perennial industry, right? So
Yeah.
you constantly can evolve and
There's
constantly,
a,
you want people on medicine. If you find a way to nip cholesterol, you don't have people buying it every month, you know?
There's
and
a great
look,
book.
I take acid reflux medicine. I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, every month I go get my acid reflux medicine, you know, and it's every month. So, like, I'm on the dole too, you know. I'm
There's
not
a
any
good
better.
book I want you to check out.
What?
It's called...
Great Taste, No Pain.
It's
No
by this guy Anand Girardias, and it's oh Jesus, I'm blanking on the title. It's called
I'll make sure I look it up. No, I'm kidding. Imagine that one sounds amazing. Remember Jim Carrey's like,
Jesus
what's
Christ.
the soup du jour? That's the soup of the day.
Under Pressure.
sounds good.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Anand Girardias, and it's called something about the Jesus Christ.
How do you even spell either of those
GHIRARDIAS. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Something's
We're going to edit this out. We're going to edit this part of the pod out just so
What is
everybody
the
can.
book about, roughly?
Capitalism, the art of saving the world. Jesus Christ, hang on. I'm sorry.
It's
this
all
is,
good.
This is I want people to know
Do you
this
guys play
one.
music during these times?
It
We'll be
is
back shortly.
called Winners Take All, the elite charade of changing the world.
There you go.
So,
so
it's
art was in the title, yeah.
it's basically a book about how people don't want to solve any of the
Right,
problems
right.
unless there's a lot of money to be made in solving the problem,
Yeah.
even if the solution is to just stop doing the bad thing you've been doing this whole time.
Here's what's crazy. Here's
That's
what's
what it
crazy.
is. Sorry
I'm not a
I
conspiracy
flubbed
theorist,
the
but I
title,
tend to believe that is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
You know? And I think most people, if you take all of the emotion out of it, you take all the politics out of it, if we were to just look at equations, like
Yeah.
how do we fix things? There are actually, look, we're not going to be able to fix everything. Nothing's perfect. There's a lot of imperfection in everything we do in life, in society, and everything. But I feel like a lot of these things actually we could come up with way better solutions that would actually solve a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
that gets in the way of us truly being able to
But there's a
enjoy
lot of
things.
powerful money that needs
Yes.
to keep getting made
That's
by
right.
doing the thing.
That's right.
So
I
anyway.
agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know you have to go in just a few minutes because
That's
you
cool.
got to take the hybrid to go pick up the kids at school.
Got
and,
it. No,
and
yeah,
whatnot.
it's a friends hangout today, but you know, I got
Yeah.
that's my I have 3 beautiful daughters, and they range in age, and yeah, there's a lot of wonderful responsibility that comes.
How
along with
long
that.
until the oldest one can drive?
Well, the oldest one's driving.
Okay.
which is great.
Okay, so
The,
she can't pick up the other two?
Not today. Yeah. You know, she works. She works a lot.
Oh, she
And,
does?
I'm very proud of her. Yeah,
Nice.
she got a great job. She works her butt off. She makes. Yep. She is great.
All right.
Yeah, I'm very proud of her. But my 13-year-old and I have a 6-month-old. I have a
Holy shit, what a
no,
spread.
17, 13, 6 months.
All right.
Yes.
So uncle, sister, or aunt, sister situation.
It's
pretty
crazy.
much. Yeah.
Me and my youngest, Andy and I, sibling rather, are 12 years apart. So it's
okay,
pretty
so
crazy cool.
yeah, all right. So this
and
runs
we're
in
super
the-
close now.
this
I mean,
runs in the
yeah,
Lawrence
at this
family.
point, I mean, Andy's 35, so it's like
Once you're adults, you're
Yeah,
adults.
once you're past a
it's
certain
nothing.
age, it doesn't
Once
matter.
Andy hit
but
20, it was nothing. Like
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
the age gap vanished. I was 30, barely, almost 32. He was 20. Nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
yeah.
One.
Me and the bros obviously are super tight. So.
And you've got your podcast, Brotherly Love Podcast.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it. Get it where you get podcasts.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
But I want to finish on
Yeah,
the
let's go.
current. What is the budget no object? Podcast sells out to Amazon for
Right.
fucking 9
For Dak
figures.
Shepard money.
Yeah, right.
My boy Dak
I
getting
love
the
Dak.
90 million or whatever
what
it
a
was. Oh
solid
my
individual.
God, that is-
you ever met him though?
Great guy.
He's
Really nice guy.
He's a class act.
He is. He's a
Love
really
him.
nice- he's a really
He
nice
came
guy.
on our show.
Yeah.
I don't know, 6 years ago.
Really?
And I'm pretty sure he started a podcast about
Yeah.
a month after that.
I'm sure he did.
But
He's like,
he
this
was
is pretty
great.
cool.
Yeah.
I think I could do this.
He's like, wait, this is all you
and then,
do
you know
and
what
there's
happens
money?
is Bateman saw Dax was like, hey, we got to get that Dax money. Everybody's talking about Dax money now. I swear to God, they're like, hey, man, we can do
Now
it.
the Bateman Arnett money is
It's
major.
legit.
All right, so then you get the Bateman Arnett Dak
Right,
Shepard
right,
money.
right.
What is the garage being filled with then?
You know, well, Porsches are my favorite cars, hands down. They, to me, because of the evolutionary design, not revolutionary, and I really appreciate what they've done with the 911 in particular. Look, here's the deal. People can argue all day long about the sport ute Porsches and stuff. I like them. I will never own one. I just don't see the point really, although I get it, but I don't love them.
Sure.
But the 911, that car and the Boxers and I love their cars so much. For the very reason I've said. They've taken one genesis of an idea and it's evolved, and they just keep perfecting and perfecting and perfecting. And that's why, in my opinion, they are the greatest driving cars, pound for pound, ever.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
Yeah. So to me, I've always had one. It's the first time in my life I haven't had one. I would love at some point. I hope that I'm blessed enough to be able to get, like a Turbo S, just because I absolutely love that car so much. I love the Targa GTS as well.
Targa's
Incredible,
good.
dude.
That's a good LA car.
So good, dude.
Yeah, it's a good
Targa
LA
now,
car.
especially too. I'm not talking about like the one with the kind of the sort of Targa where that weird glass.
Oh, the glass?
panel. Yeah.
You know, I kind of like the glass.
I had a 99.
Doesn't really hold water very well, but
I
it's
had a 97 C2S wide body.
Oh, that's a pretty cool.
Dope car.
Those are good, dude. Yeah, those are good.
So cool.
Yeah,
White over the Alpine gray. It was really nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
really, really cool. I would always get that. I feel like that would be great. I'd love to have. I sort of would love to have like a Raptor R would be kind of cool.
Fucking they're getting 100 over for them.
I know they are, dude.
100 over for Raptor
Dude, the
Rs?
Bronco Raptors
I
are-
know. We had to go in one of those.
A Bronco Raptor?
Yeah, they're good.
Cool, right?
Yeah, we got
They're
one for a
dope.
week. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I prefer the Bronco Raptor to the pickup truck Raptor.
yeah.
Because you get all the goodness,
Right,
but
it's smaller. It's not so
slightly
big.
more
Yeah.
compact
I actually like
package.
just the shortened Raptor too. I don't like the four-door.
Single cab.
Single cab,
Single
dude.
cab is where
I don't.
it's
I
at.
mean, the four-door is just out. It's obscene.
The turning radius is
obscene.
problem.
Yeah, it's a huge problem. So, but I feel like if you had like a Turbo S or a GTS Targa, and you had like I love the new Range Rover. That car. I love the way that car looks. I don't know. There's so
But
many
you
different
like you like
placeholders.
I can see how you
I love,
you
like-
want one car for this
Yes.
and then a car for
Yes.
this. You
Yes.
don't need one car to do everything.
I don't think there
That's-
is one car that can do
Yeah.
everything for me. You
Yeah.
know, so ideally, you'd love to have. I love the new Bentley 4-door. I absolutely love the Mulsanne. I love that car so much.
Oh, you like the Mulsanne?
I do.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's the real deal.
I love the Mulsanne so much.
I get tomorrow. For a week. I get the GTC
No.
Speed. Yeah.
No. What color?
I think it's green.
Oh
I think
my
it's
God!
fucking
No
great.
way!
Yeah.
dude. I just was watching a YouTube video about that. That thing is insane.
It's so great.
dude. Okay, the redesign on that car is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like a locomotive. I
Yeah.
love very.
Yeah.
Very profound cars. Like,
Sure.
I know we were talking before
Train
we went on air.
inspired, yeah.
But whatever's happening at BMW, I just want to go over there and. What the fuck? I mean, okay, great. Technology inside, cool. People have to also, you may not have to see it, but we have to suffer through. I feel like it's like, at the end of like the Jason Voorhees movies,
Yeah.
where like he's dead, but he's dead. They shot him in the head. His head's in 4 pieces. But for somehow,
Yeah.
at the very end, you get one twitching finger and you're like, this guy's coming back. I feel like that's what happened with Chris Bangle. He came back.
I
We
think
pan
Bangle,
these cars. The Chris Bangle era, I was so happy to see that end because it was just ugly with his bar lights in the back. Again,
But compared to today,
I
know.
I'd go back
honestly,
in 2
Chris
seconds.
Bangle's looking pretty damn good.
But
they were
Chris
all in such a
Bangle's
great-
laughing his ass off
The
right
7
now.
Series, they had just redesigned that.
Remember the Bond one
Oh,
from like
my
the
God.
E38?
That was good.
Yes.
Fuck, the 01
Dude.
with the parallel M wheel, the best.
Dude, what the hell?
That was the best.
What the hell? I don't understand
Yeah.
it.
Slowly grew the
What?
wrong way.
What?
Yeah.
Now, like the front lights, they got Kia front lights.
Yeah, it's
the front
weird.
lights are not
Yeah.
lights. They have the bar. My daughter
Pontiac
has,
Aztec headlights.
Yes.
They have separate. They have two
Yeah.
separate
yes.
headlights.
So they have these weird LED
the
lights.
split joints.
And the
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
lights
yeah.
are these weird lights that are behind. They don't even look expensive.
Yeah.
And then the back is literally the Bangle back. It's
Yeah,
this
it is. They brought it
flat-
back.
It is so ugly, man.
I thought
and
that
I've seen guys already try to hook them up. They're putting wheels.
It doesn't look good.
Oh, dude.
I thought that when I saw one in person, maybe it would be better.
Me
Because I
too.
saw the first photo, I was like, oh, God.
What the hell is
this
that?
is horrible.
But they had just done kind of a pretty. Remember the redo, like in just
Yeah,
was
a
it
couple of years ago,
2019
it
or
was nice.
2020?
Yeah.
The huge kidney emblem. And you're thinking, all right, look, it's a little big, but it still looks pretty. I saw an Alpina. It's nice,
Alpinas are
nice,
where it's
dude.
at.
I saw one. I thought, very nice. And then they did a weird double redo. It was
Yeah.
like an update, full update, and then like a complete update.
Well, now it's the electric one, so they had to make
I
it
know.
look all electric.
I know, dude. Are you trying to pull it up
The
first?
one
'Cause
you,
it's
the
just
one you.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's not gone well
What?
there. The one you want, good LA car for the family. It's a little pricey, but that Alpina XB7.
I love that car.
They're fucking
Dude,
fire.
I love that car.
I'm a huge fan of Alpinas.
Me too. I had a Z8 Alpina.
See, that's
2003.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Silver red.
That's awesome.
Dude, we never should have got rid of that car, right?
We know the
Never.
CEO
You know how
of
much that car is
Alpina.
worth today?
Hundreds of thousands.
It's like
Hundreds of
like
thousands. You know how much I bought that car
280s.
for?
we looked them up.
100
recently.
grand.
Yeah. You bought a
100
new?
grand. New.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
gorgeous.
100
There,
grand.
there would have been an
Honestly, it
amazing
had-
buy and hold.
In all transparency, I think it had like 900 miles on it.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Those cars are real cool.
Dude, that car, when I saw it in James Bond, The World
Yeah.
Is Not Enough,
Yeah.
in 1999, I was obsessed with that car.
Yeah.
And when they came out with the Alpina with those multi-spoke wheels,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, I was like, I love it with the silver over red. I was like, I love this car so much, and I never should have gotten rid of that.
That is a company that can do wheels.
Alpina's
They
sick, dude.
figured it out. Shout out to Andreas Bovensiepen. He's our
Yes.
friend of the CEO of Alpina.
No.
And the Z8 Alpina was his first ever project. When
Really?
yeah.
Dude, the car sounds good. It
Yeah.
drove cool.
Yeah.
It was so retro, man. It was like a Cobra.
Yeah.
You know, but like a refined Cobra.
Yeah.
It was so badass.
That one I could have, I mean,
I
it
wish I had
stayed
one of that
too
car.
cheap for too long. It
did.
should have popped
It
earlier.
did. It didn't. You
Yeah.
could get one for a while, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, people were like,
Hang on a minute.
"Wait a minute, this is insane."
As BMWs
Stunning.
got uglier,
Yeah.
they got more and
I know,
more
dude.
appreciated. Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I'm praying they don't destroy the M5. I don't know what's going on with this new design thing. Did you
Well,
see
the
that
new one's
picture of it?
the new one's going to be hybrid.
The M5.
The new M5 will be hybrid. But flip side, Mercedes has announced that they're bailing on this horrible four-cylinder C63, and they're going to bring back the V8.
Really?
So that's good.
Really?
So yeah.
Thank God.
In theory,
So the 63 engines, are they going hybrid or no?
they went. Yeah.
Because they're doing 63
Well,
like
the C63 right now is a four-banger with a hybrid, and then the
That's what it is right
S63
now.
is a V8 twin turbo with a hybrid.
that's the one.
And
I
everyone hates the C63, and then they're going to put the V8 back in the C63.
Yeah.
Nice.
Zach drove the new S63.
The S63
and-
is incredibly fast.
The
but
S63
it's-
coupe or the
I drove the sedan.
The coupe's
The
dead.
dead. I
Coupe's
know.
dead. Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, but
know.
I think it's too
love-
stiff. I think it's like it feels like an M5 CS, which
Really?
is weird for an S class in my opinion.
Wow.
So like it is a ridiculous sports sedan, but it's humongous. But for me, I was like, I want this to be a luxury car.
Yeah.
So maybe if it was in an E class like
I
that,
miss
that might
the
be
S
alright.
coupes,
But
dude.
I
I
know.
They're
love
cool.
that. Oh my God, the 2014 through 21.
I like the
mean,
97s.
I
I,
had-
like the
I
big.
love
I like the
97s.
big
I had a
body
97.
slab size.
I had a 97 CL.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
They're
I had one.
fantastic.
Silver. I put Lorenzer wheels on that
Yes.
thing. Yeah, dude. I did.
Do we?
I
sorry,
also had a
go.
2016 S63.
Oh, those are rad.
Coupe.
Yeah, those are really good
Yeah,
too.
matte.
Yeah.
It was a Designo silver.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
That was a great era for
Oh,
Mercedes.
dude,
they were
dude.
they were hitting smash hits.
Dude, with that interior, which now they've done it, but it's got a little more technology. But I loved, dude, back then with the LED lighting all through the cabin.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like when I got that
Breakthrough
S63 for the first time.
The
it was
new
like, what the hell?
the new electric Mercedes are like full
The
fucking
EQS,
disco
whatever
in
they
there.
are. I just don't. The way they look.
I'm
is-
not
I can't
that into
stand
them.
Again,
They
it's
have
Ford Probes.
Yeah.
They're back to like the Taurus.
Well, when you're trying to
Look at the
make
Taurus.
something as
I know.
aerodynamic as possible,
I just
but
don't-
the LED
No,
interiors
it's
are doing
insane.
are crazy.
You can put on the acceleration show. When you're accelerating, it goes through all these different light patterns, and it's cool. The problem is they forgot about the outside again.
Yeah.
We can't always be so obsessed with the inside because everybody has to look at the outside,
I know.
including
Well, they
me
just
when
made
I
it
get
as
out.
slippery as possible. I mean, that was the goal with that.
I
Which
know, but
Jeremy
I just-
Clarkson just said that. He's like,
I just
the
don't
car
like it.
spends 95% of its time parked in the driveway. Therefore, how it looks is way more important than how it drives.
Fuck yes.
Just
funny.
go,
It's
Jeremy.
ugly. No, it's ugly. But
Yeah.
what do you think of the SL63? What do you think of
The
the
new
redesign?
one,
Yeah.
it looks good.
Oh, yeah.
It drives weird.
Does it?
Yeah,
Well, the rear steer drives
the
weird.
rear steer makes it feel like the back end
I
is
kind
kind
of love the
around.
front end. I wish they
Yeah.
had put a slightly different LED light configuration rather than just carrying it over from now every line.
Yeah.
That like the one that goes like this.
Yeah.
I wish they had just because it looks like the A class. I mean,
If you
like
don't,
it's the same front light LED.
But they had that same problem with the last gen of everything.
They
where
did.
Like the S class was beautiful, and then they went, "Oh, let's S class the entire lineup."
I know.
And it was hard to tell the C, the E, and the S apart.
It was, especially from the front at night.
Yeah.
It looked almost identical.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I love the rake on the back end of the SL.
I think it looks really good.
Does it?
I think
in
it's a
person?
nice looking car, especially in
front's
the
gorgeous.
darker colors. The one we
Yeah.
got was literally the yellow, which I
really?
probably that was the one they gave us.
Wow. Why?
Because
Who gave you that?
Mercedes. We borrow cars from manufacturers
Yeah, I
to do
know.
content, and
Yeah.
they
They're gonna let me do it now. Did you tell them?
We're gonna hook it up. We'll hook it up.
All right.
Did Bert tell you about the Panamera I got him?
Yes.
You
Well,
give him
that's
fucking
because
Panamera.
here's the deal. We were talking, and he was like, "Look, you need to meet my."
Yeah.
You need to
He's
meet my guy, man.
He's good.
I was like, all
I
right,
just wonder
so
if that's
they're gonna
because he
take
thought
care of
I
you.
was cool or because he thought I could make something happen. We'll find out
I think
later.
it's a combination because he said he's cool as shit and he can make something happen.
yeah.
I was like, all right, well, then match my guy.
Well, I made the thing happen for Bert. But see how the SL's better in the darker
It is.
color.
No, it is.
The yellow was
It
a
is.
bit much.
No, it is.
But if you don't need the back seat, which is small,
Right.
the AMG GT, the 2-seat one, is much prettier and has what you want.
Do they
That's-
still make that?
Yeah. They not for long, but yeah.
But they do still make it.
Yeah.
I had a 2016 GT.
They're rad.
Beautiful.
They look great.
It was
It's-
a DTS.
If
It
you
was
bought
really
a new
cool.
one today, it wouldn't be much different from that one.
Really?
Yeah. They haven't changed it much,
Yeah,
but
just
it's
a little
still
bit, like a little bit here or there,
The
yeah.
GTC is the one.
That's the one.
With a little
Which
more
used
power.
to be a GTS, right?
They did the base, the S, the C,
Oh.
and the R, and now
Oh,
the
but the
Black
C's the
Series.
one.
The C is the kind of happy medium
Right.
of
It's
everything.
got those little vents in the back and the
All that good
and the
shit.
better exhaust.
Yeah,
and,
but without the
and more
big
power.
wing. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I don't want the big wing.
No,
I'm
you
not a
don't
big
need
wing
it.
guy. I don't like that stuff. But so that's awesome. I like it.
1994 Joey would be.
You know
that
what
would be-
1996 Joey had was an SL 600. And I special ordered it. How about this? I special ordered it. I wanted it blue,
block
like
of
this
money.
Yeah.
dark navy blue, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted the top to match. So they special ordered the
The
top,
blue, yeah.
blue with the like that deep saddle interior.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh,
I had
that's
Lorenzer
fucking good.
20s on there in 1996.
20s are huge for
that.
96.
And dude, people, because it had that, they had the halogen headlights.
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah.
never forget when I cranked those on, and they would be like the.
and it would
Yes.
the
People would be like,
early
"What
Xenons.
the hell?" The
You
Xenons.
could, you could hear them shits like hissing.
You could. The Xenons, dude, but people.
It was a real
that car
fine
was so
line
beautiful.
between seeing at night and the car catching on fire.
Yes, it was
They
very.
got warm. It's true.
It was one tape over a wire from catching fire. Yeah, if they didn't tape up right,
Dude,
yeah,
when
it
we
started to
couldn't,
smoke.
when I was a kid, no one had Xenons,
Right.
and we would get those AutoZone bulbs that
Oh,
were
God.
the Xenon
yeah, the
color.
Xenon
Yeah.
type, the weird blue.
Bro,
color.
started
Blue, white.
more than a couple of fires in
Oh,
my
hell
friend's
yeah, bro.
engine bays.
Hell yeah,
Them shits
dude.
would melt right through the factory wires.
Oh,
it was
no
janky.
doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
We got
yeah.
a couple off our 3 questions off the
Sure, there it is,
Patreon,
dude.
and then
Look
we
at
will
that.
let
Did
you
see
go.
that car? Isn't that beautiful? Dude, that car, look at that,
It's
man.
well, especially with those AMG monoblock. Those are not monoblocks. Those are 2001 sport wheels, but they look
Yeah,
very good.
beautiful.
How much did that go for us? 22 grand. Pick one up next week,
Wait,
Joe
cheaper than a
Lawrence.
Z8.
58,000 miles. That's it?
58,000 miles, 22,000 bucks. You know why? Because the 600s are a ton of money to maintain.
Yeah,
they're really expensive.
I know they are.
Out of warranty 600
Look how beautiful that is.
Oh, it's a great R129 is a
I know,
phenomenal.
dude.
I had a 01. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Drove
the
for
01's
2
great.
years. It was
I
great.
had an 03 SL55.
So that was
with the new body.
That was a vast
I
improvement.
put the
but I
Lorenzo,
love
remember
the
the blade wheels? Remember
Yeah.
the blade Lorenzers, the 2-piece?
Yeah, the fans.
Those are good.
The
The
fans,
fans,
right?
the fans,
yeah,
the
the
fans,
fans,
the
the
fans,
turbine
the fans.
style.
The turbine
yeah.
style, yeah.
That was like the SLR.
Staggered, 20 and
Of course,
21.
They look like a dragster.
Sick. Yeah.
Good looking cars, though.
What?
Oh my God, they're
Yeah, they're
gorgeous
great
cars.
looking
Oh,
cars.
dude, they were gorgeous cars.
Flannel Bob says, "Where does Smokey and the Bandit rank on the list of top 10 car movies? And what is your favorite quote from the movie?
God.
Where does it
Honestly,
rank?
I've seen that movie, but here's the deal. That was before my time, so I
Yeah.
don't
Same.
really remember. Like, I know the movie, I know the car. I love that
Yeah.
Trans Am. I love it. The T-top Burt Reynolds. I actually have I have the Matchbox Smokey and the
Course you
Bandit
do.
car. I actually would love to get one of those, like
A
the,
Trans
like
Am?
the '78.
You want to be disappointed?
Yeah, you want to go slow?
You want to be
You wanna spend a lot of
loud
money to
and
go
But
slow.
they look so cool.
They
You
do.
do. You
Yeah.
need one with an engine swap, like LS, and then
Yeah,
then you're
that'd
in
be
business.
dope, right?
Yeah.
I saw one like they put like not the BBS wheels, but what wheels? Like the gold mesh with the.
Yeah, that's the original wheel.
It's the original wheel,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They look
Someone
rad.
has
They just-
remade them slightly bigger.
That's the
yeah,
ones I've
I don't
seen.
know who did
and
that.
they put
but
a little
yeah.
lip on them, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
look more like a BBS two-piece, but
Yeah,
they're not.
yeah.
So sick.
Red Rover says, What are your favorite movie cars? Real cars only, no Batmobiles.
Well, like I said, I love the Z8 in World Is Not
Right.
Enough, James Bond. Look, the Transporter BMW is so sick.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just love that one.
The
from first
manual
one.
transmission 7
So-
Series.
yeah,
we never
dude.
got that in America.
Yeah,
It was Europe
740,
only.
right? It was a 740.
It was a 735.
Oh, 735?
I think.
Okay,
But it
okay.
was Europe only.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Sick car.
Yeah.
I love the Bad Boys Turbo.
Right. Turbo
Love that
3.6.
dude.
Yep.
3.6, dude. What a classic. My Speedster was that same platform.
Yeah.
You know,
964.
964.
Those are 964 Turbo 3.6 is excellent.
Is incredible, dude.
Yeah.
You know, Clooney has the black Speedster. It came in like 3 colors, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Like the red with the red wheels, black with chrome wheels, and
I think
white.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clooney's got the black
He
one.
still have it?
He still has it.
Fucking G.
Yeah,
God
dude.
damn, George Clooney. What isn't he good at?
I know. It's like him and
Call
Tom
me.
Brady. They just picked every straw. Come on.
everything got really.
I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to be worth billions. I'm going to be gorgeous. I mean, look at this. Every
damn
fucking
it.
straw.
Yeah.
These two guys.
They inspire the rest of us.
They do.
You know.
Fuck you, Tom Brady. I love you.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, he invested in FTX, so that didn't work out.
No,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
But
now he's
you
doing
know-
Hertz
Well,
commercials.
nobody's
I know.
perfect.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. You know what's crazy though? With his spreadsheet, it was probably like a clerical error.
Yeah.
He's like, what happened to this 30 million?
That's
all right.
a good
I
point.
saw
You know, yeah.
someone.
Something is out of the account here. I can't tell exactly how much, but something's different. You know?
Somebody was making fun of, I think it was Phil Mickelson on Twitter for his like gambling habits, and he responded, "I'm sorry, what can't I do with 820 million that I could do with 890 million?"
Right.
Sorry.
That's so
Thanks,
right.
asshole.
Thanks, buddy.
Last one,
Phil
Michael.
Mickelson, he always looks scared. You ever?
Well,
Phil
there's
looks
always
like,
someone coming
Phil looks
for
like,
him.
you know, like when you walk into a room and a cat looks at you, like the cat looks at you like you don't belong there, right? The cat with the wide eyes. Phil Mickelson always has this wide-eyed
Yeah.
thing. Every time you walk, what is that? I don't know. I mean, I can't figure it out. He always
Because
looks
it's like when
it
I-
looks like he just said something that he hoped nobody heard.
Well, you know,
In
I'm
this
sure
case
like
he did,
do
but
people.
It's perfect.
I'm not kidding.
I did pick the right
Zach
photo.
found the right
Thank you
photo.
for that. Thank you, brother. Thank you. But like
That's fucking hilarious.
It's, you ever see those commercials that he did? He walked. I forget what brand it was, but he would walk in and be like, "Hi, I'm Phil Mickelson." It's like, is this? What did they just threaten you with back
That's
there before
really
you walked out on
funny.
stage?
I'm
Well, like,
Phil
do you
Mickelson for Saudi
have? I
Arabia.
mean, I'm sure people come up to you on the street, they want a photo, whatever.
Yeah.
And do they sometimes act in a way that doesn't make it appear at first that they're a fan? It's not like, hey, I'm a fan. It's like, and you kind of got to go, wait. Do I know you? If
Sure,
so,
there's always
how?
a minute. If
You know.
somebody's more like, hey, you know, you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that, and you're like, you
Yeah.
know, especially in this
So-
day and age, you're
so
like, oh God, what's happening?
With
you know?
Phil, maybe it's like
Yeah,
he
maybe.
thinks he's about to be served papers
Yeah,
by like
look at
everybody.
this. Oh my
really
God!
funny.
Anyway, that's a perfect picture. Thank you for that.
What was the last one there, Zach?
sorry.
Michael Cosgrove says, what has been the best car experience that your celebrity status has opened you up to? I say this as a supporter of anybody making the most of any opportunity to exercise their car
Well, you know what,
enthusiasm.
Michael? Here's the deal. That's TBD. But now that
Depending
I
on
got,
what I can do
now
for
that I
you,
got my
Matt.
best pal Matt over here, we were talking before. He said, "Listen, man, there's a lot of opportunities. So can I get back to you? I'll come back."
We'll circle back, yeah.
and I'll do the show, and we'll
Yeah.
talk about what we're able to come up with. Honestly, because that would
I
be so
think
exciting.
I think the Brotherly Beloved podcast has to include car reviews.
Well, we're
and
gonna do
then,
it.
And then you can
that's no
get on
problem.
it. Yeah.
You know, I'm
car reviews
part owner of that
for
pod, so-
women, for men through
Dax is
women.
listening.
That's how
right.
it's going to be.
That's right. There
Right.
you go, man. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Go follow Joey on Instagram. Get his podcast where you get podcasts. Is it audio only or is it video too?
No, we have YouTube. Actually,
YouTube also?
is where we a lot of people watch.
All
Yeah.
right, yeah. And there's the official Brotherly Love pod
Yep.
is on the Linktree thing.
That's
you
right.
Know,
On
know
the
where
Linktree.
You know where to
all
get
that
the
good
things.
stuff. Yeah.
My man has good taste in cars and watches. That is
Dude,
approved.
likewise. Guys, thanks so much for having me on
Approved.
today, man.
Yes,
This has
thanks-
been really-
thanks for coming down.
This has been a blast.
Sorry you
guys
had
are
to
dope.
brave LA traffic.
You guys are at the edge of the
Yeah.
world, but it's all good.
Next
it's worth
time
it,
we'll
man.
send
It's
an-
worth it. It's worth it.
Where do you live?
Westlake.
It reminds,
Okay.
yeah. It reminds me of like Pulp Fiction, where he's like, "Move out of the sticks, gentlemen."
Exactly.
Where do you live, Redondo? Move out of the sticks.
Move out of the sticks.
Otherwise,
gentlemen.
I would have given all four of you a ride in my two-seat NSX.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome,
Joey
man.
Lawrence.
Yo, brother.
Thanks for coming
Thanks,
in,
man.
man. That
I
was
truly
great
appreciate
fun.
it. Yep.
Shout out to Bert Kreischer.
Yes,
we love
Bert.
Bert Kreischer.
That's right, man.
Keep buying those watches, buddy. We
That's
love
right,
you.
Bert.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.